So, for those of us who don't know, what is the Outback Farm and where is it located?
The Outback Farm is 5 acres located on the south side of campus between Fairhaven College dormitories and Buchanan Towers. It is a space designed for students to have the opportunity to go out and get their hands dirty. By that, I mean they can go work in the gardens and learn how to grow food, how to compost, and implement a lot of sustainable designs they learn about in a classroom setting. So it's a real experiential learning site.
So, what can you tell me about how the farm came to be used by students of Western?
So after Fairhaven College was established in the 1960s, it looked at the Outback Farm and saw an amazing opportunity to incorporate that into its learning style. The Outback Farm represented a space to apply experiential learning that related to environmentalism and sustainable living. And that is exactly what the students of Fairhaven College did. In 1972, the students began to initiate the Outback Pig Farm. And it was during this time that some students even lived on the farm full time while tending to the farm. And this created a whole movement, and this was a huge resurgence for the Outback Farm as a whole. Now, at this time, the farm wasn't officially recognized as a program by Western's administration. But in 1978, there was a student proposal for the Outback Farm to become a program recognized and endorsed by Western University, and it was accepted, but then it was later dropped by the administration that same year. So this shows a lot about the Outback Farm's history, how it's definitely been a space that has not always been accepted and wanted by the Western administration. The farm is a really resilient place in the fact that it has had to fight just to stay there and exist. And in the 1980s, students began to, continue living in the farm, and they raised a barn, and there were classes now really utilizing the farm and going out there.
All right, David, what can you tell me about the cabins at the Outback Farm site?
Well, as you just said it yourself, there used to be multiple cabins, but now if you go to the Outback Farm today, you will only see one cabin that remains that, the legacy of June and Fair Burns. And we actually do have some journal archives of June Fair discussing the cabins around the time they were being built. And June said the following in one of her journal diaries. This is about the kitchen cabin. The kitchen cabin, built of peeled 10-inch logs, was 12 by 14 inside dimensions. It had one door and 5 windows. It was like a diner on a train, the windows looking out below and beyond. The trees grew all around the cabin. It was so sheltered from the road that many who passed below never saw it at all. It still has that effect today. A lot of people go to the Outback Farm and don't even know a cabin still exists because it's on that ridgeline and encompassed by all the surrounding trees, so it kind of slides under the radar.
Action. So I invite you all to come join us at the Outback Farm. Whether you want to learn how to garden, farm, or just make new friends, this is the space to do it. And we also have chickens, so of course you got to come out and see them for yourself. I hope to see you there.